Hey folks, welcome back to Mainville ATV and Outdoors. It's been a while. We have something really exciting going on today. We are headed down to Pete's Sales and Service, my favorite Can-Am dealer. Been working with them for, oh geez, since before the channel even. But between like the Outlander, the 900 Ace Turbo, the Maverick, the Summit, the Renegade, all of them are from this dealer. We've been working with them for a very long time, and we are headed there today to camp out so that in the morning we can build a Maverick R. I wanted to get my hands on one of these, and because I don't have a bunch of extra money laying around, the closest I'm going to get to it by doing a PDI at Pete Sales and Service, which is really cool. I get to actually, slam it together and have a look at what the machine's all about. And if I'm lucky, maybe I get to take it for a boot. That being said, I don't want to take a machine out and absolutely destroy it before a customer buys it. So it'll probably be pretty timid, but it'll give me a good feel for what that machine's all about and the biggest differences. And we'll go over some of the features and show you guys in case you haven't seen it up close and personal. So let's get to it.
Okay, what can I get for you?
All right, I'll get a large double and a chocolate chunk cookie.
All right, I do have one.
Perfect.
Okay, come on down. I'll hold the children's window.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. There you go.
It's not a hot cookie. It's recently available.
It's fresh, is it?
Very fresh.
Ah.
Enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Okay, dudes, so we just showed up to my buddy's place. I'm actually going to be camping in his driveway in the camper, of course. It's kind of nice that I can bring my own little home wherever I go, have my own privacy, everything that I need. And it's also a great way to test some of the systems that I need to get used to in the early winter, because tonight it's only going to hit like -10 or something like that. So very warm for what this thing's for. This thing isn't going to be great in like -40 or anything, but it should be more than capable with the diesel heater. But I want to make sure I know how everything works so that when it is colder, I know exactly what I'm doing when I get there. So great way to test the camper. And tomorrow I basically get to wake up bright and early, head over to Pete's Sales and Service, and we're going to get to work on that Maverick R. This is a great opportunity for me because I lived here in Petawawa before the prairies and everything. This is where I lived. I lived here for about 10 years, kind of over time. I was posted here when I was in the military, and then when I left the military, my wife was posted here, so we ended up coming back, and we love the area. But I've got lots of friends here, so I'm going to spend the night doing that, and we'll see you guys when I get into the camper tonight and get a few things going. I'll show you what's going on there, and then we'll get to the Maverick R. So I've got everything plugged in, and I'm going to show you the heat. We just got it fired up. It's been running for, I'm going to say, about a minute and a half or so. And let's go see what we did. So you can hear this thing just running full tilt now. And it's already running clean, which tells me that it's pretty warm. Oh yeah, that's toasty. So the first thing when I came in is I installed my battery. This is the one that runs the camper. I slammed this in, I literally plugged in the heat and the lights, got all that running obviously. Once it was plugged in, I can go to my menu here, fired up the diesel heater, and it'll cycle and cycle and cycle until it's ready. And once it's warmed up enough, it'll start pouring off the heat. What are we consuming? So when it was first fired up, it was 110 to 120 watts to get this thing primed, cycled, and warmed up. And now, as it's maintaining, it's doing 25 watts with an LED, 28 watts with an LED. Pretty efficient system, and it's not quite done warming up yet. When it's at full heat, I wouldn't even be able to hold my hand here, to be honest with you. We're in pretty good shape tonight. I really wanted to try this out because I don't want to be in even colder weather where this could potentially be a little more dangerous without getting too dramatic or anything, and have something fail in -20, -30 or whatever. Because when you're in that kind of cold, then it turns into a different game. It's not fun anymore. In my military days, that wouldn't be an issue whatsoever. In my softer YouTube era, I like to be a little more comfortable. So I'm not opposed to being out in the cold. I'm very well ready for that scenario. I have extra sleeping bags and you name it. So even if I didn't have heat tonight, I don't think it's going to get colder than -10. I would be fine without heat whatsoever. But like I said, I really wanted to try this out. And I'm doing it with the safety, knowing that like my buddy's house is literally right beside me. But this also gives me some privacy. I have a fridge. We went out for dinner. I have my leftovers in the fridge. you know, I have everything else, so more than comfortable in here. And this allows me to wake up tomorrow, go to Pete Sales and Service, and go put in a shift, put some machines together. They have all sorts of new snowmobiles, motorcycles, dirt bikes, obviously sleds, quads, side-by-sides, you name it. They have an intense lineup that I obviously have the privilege of going to check out, so that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Tonight, I think we're just going to chill out. I'm going to probably pull up a movie or something. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sorry, who's the creeper going?
Frickin' YouTubers. YouTubers are ruining everything. Hey guys, welcome back. So we are at Pete's. Right beside me, we have a 2024 Maverick R XRS. This thing's an absolute weapon. We are going to get this thing built. The way you see it right now is the way it comes off the truck, and we are going to put it together for the customer. So this gives me a chance to have a look around and see what this thing's all about. So let's get into it. Bryce wanted me to say that it's not for a customer, a potential customer. It's still for sale. So buy it. All right, let's get back to it. So a lot of machines will show up in crates like ATVs and sleds. This particular machine shows up exactly like this on the tractor trailer. I believe this one came out of a 53 footer. So it was well stored the whole way up. They store all of the cage and components and everything you need on and around the machine so you can see it all bolted up. I've actually done a machine, I believe it was a Maverick Sport that I did here, and you'll see a similar concept, but this thing's just way bigger. One of the differences though is they shipped it with the suspension on. Sometimes you'll see these machines just with a bar here, just to save that height and loading for shipping. Yeah, we're gonna cut the straps and we're gonna get started and pull all of the components off of the machine and start organizing it to put it together. One, safety squints. Nice, that's satisfying, eh? Watch your eyeballs. Ooh. So there she is, all cleaned up. Everything's off of it. We have the PDI checklist provided. We're going to take a look at that in a second. But this is everything removed as you would get it off the truck. I got all the boxes out of it and everything else. A lot of it is just the actual cage that goes on, and then there's a lot of surrounding plastics after that. And then there's a few extra steps at the end that we'll touch on when we get there, but this is the unit. This is some of the hardware that you'll see included in most of these scenarios, if not all of them. As far as I've seen, I've done a few of these, and this is kind of the sheet you get with the hardware. Here's the PDI that the owner provided me with, as well as the boxes of plastic. This is kind of what you're expecting. It takes a little bit of time, but it's fairly simple. It's just to ensure that the customer gets what they're looking for, and we go over everything. And don't worry, when I'm done, an actual professional will have a look at it as well. So we have it. It is all put together. We're just waiting on the Bud's laptop to kind of get this thing flashed. Oh, I've got to get rid of my short box so I can actually reach everything, because I didn't listen to someone's advice and I let the suspension go before I worked on the cage. There it is. Look at this thing. Actual rocket ship. I have no idea how you're going to use this in Ontario, but it's here and it's at Pete Sales and Service. Makes zero sense. I don't know what the top speed on this thing is. I know what it was designed for, and Ontario has very few places you can actually use something like this, but if you want to be the talk of the town and have something sick in your garage, this is the unit for you. It is huge. The suspension, after I let it go, what did it measure, Bryce?
78.
78 or something like that. It's obviously a little screwed up just because we have to roll it back and forth, but it should be 77 inches wide, which a lot of trails, especially in the East Coast, Canada and the US, 65 is your limit. So if you're gonna buy one of these, you need to know where you're gonna be going with it for sure. It's pretty unreal. The only thing I can't say I'm into visually is that knuckle. Everyone knows this thing's a little awkward, but when you see that thing actually flexing its suspension in the whoops, it's pretty cool. We're gonna get the buds hooked up to it and we're gonna take it outside. Pretty wild unit. Buds connection is underneath the hood here. Looks like you have fuse panel, ECU, battery connections.
Could be for boosting or something.
Oh yeah, maybe. I think that's the last thing we got to do other than make sure it functions. The owner made sure we had our helmets on. So there you go. We've got some spares out of the back there. We're gonna share some lice together. Yeah, they're all in this one. Is that why you gave me this one?
Yeah, I didn't want that.
Oh, okay. That helmet. Oh my God, I probably look so much worse. So the one thing I can already tell is the shifting sound is very weird. It's unnerving. I'm so used to belts that this is kind of crazy. Oh my God. Just lights up all four, man. There's not a lot of room in here. Like there is, just not for this thing. If you wanted to show off like a 105 horsepower Defender, this would be fine, but oh my. And?
Sure.
What's your first impressions?
Well, that's a bit of a beast.
Yeah? The shifting sound is really weird.
It is.
I'm not going to get used to that.
I don't think so. It's just doesn't feel right to Can-Am, but
here we are, the future.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to hop in. 1 sec. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. This is not a Maverick Sport, folks.
we can totally line them up, though.
Next to nothing. Basically, like gear. Oh, the downshift is down.
Yeah,
okay. It's gear, like immediately, and that was like 2/3 throttle again.
Grab fast.
I can't believe regular people can just buy this.
It just pulls.
Yeah.
So hard.
Any throttle and it just lights up. There's nothing you can do about it. So there you have it, folks. The Maverick R, the 2024 Maverick R XRS. I didn't get to stretch its legs fully, of course. Not a lot of space here. I do have some opportunities in the future to maybe take it out, depending, but we'll leave that to Pete Sales and Service. This thing is definitely something else. It's different. We're gonna see how it does in the long run, but from what I understand, it's already winning podiums. It's crazy. My only question for you guys is, in a lot of places, especially here in Canada, I wanna hear from you guys, even the States, can you actually make use of this in your area? Let's say within 500 kilometers around you, could you actually use one of these for what they're designed for? I'm not gonna lie, I don't think here where I am, we can. I really don't think so. I mean, if you really wanted to, I'm sure you can find some spots to play, some fields, open areas, maybe a track, stuff like that. I get that. But for Joe Blow to take this out on the trail, Sorry folks, I don't think this is happening. There's definitely a use case for it. I totally get it. Or it's just a really cool thing in your shop. Tell me what you guys think of this. Ask me some questions. Let's see if I can answer them. But a big thank you to Pete Sales and Service. They always help me out. They always have some cool projects. They asked me if I could come by and take a look at this thing. And of course, I want to make a video on it for you guys. So that was really cool. Thank you, Pete Sales and Service. Thank you for liking and subscribing. All of our members here on YouTube. You guys rock. See ya.